Hi, I'm Sabina with Fit with Sabina. I'm going to show you a couple of Pilates exercises today. So all you need is a mat. Come on your mat and let's go ahead and start on all fours. So our hands are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. We're warming up the spine by exhaling as we pull the belly button all the way up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin in. Then inhale as you look up, arching your spine. It's called a cat and cow stretch. Exhale, arch. Inhale, drop down. Let's do that again. Exhale, arch. Inhale, drop down. This is a great stretch to do when your lower back is aching or when you get up in the morning just to get the spine warmed up. Let's do one more. Good. Now bring your spine in a neutral position, flat back. Extend your right arm and your left leg. I want to make sure my hips are parallel to the floor and my neck is in line with my spine. So I'm looking down at the floor, I'm pulling the belly button in, and I'm balancing. Flex that back foot, reach through the leg, and reach through the hand right here. My thumb is up. I'm going to switch sides, left arm, right leg, pressing through the heel, reaching up, pull the belly button in. You want to make sure you're breathing the whole time. Let's switch it again. Alternating opposite arm, opposite leg side, reach, reach, and again. One more on each side. Last one. Bring the hands down, bring the knees down. Push it back into child's pose. So anytime we're doing exercise and it gets to be too much, just come into this position right here, relaxing your forehead down. Right here. From here, I'm going to bring my hips forward, drop my hips down, look up at the ceiling, draw my shoulders down. Maybe tuck the toes under, bring the hips up into a down dog. It's a good way to stretch the back of the legs, get the body warmed up, pressing the chest towards the thighs right here. Relax your head down. We're still warming up, so alternate pushing one heel down, opposite knee down. Keeping that body moving, pull the belly button in, press the chest through a little bit more, maybe push both heels down, get that chest through. Again, bring the knees down. Good. We're going to go ahead and come down on through forearms, plank exercises. In our plank, our elbows are right under our shoulders. My hands are relaxed right here. Let the belly button just rest on the stomach, on the floor right now. So we're going to go ahead and pull the belly button off the mat and then lift the hip up. So here's your modified plank. Now you can make this more challenging by tucking the toes under and bringing the hips, the knees off. So neck in line with the spine, belly button's pulled in. I got a straight line from the top of my head all the way down to my back of my heel. So I'll see a lot of this or this. I want to make sure I'm right here in the middle, nice and straight. Breathe. Very important to breathe. If you can't hold it that long, bring the knees down right here. Modify it. Go ahead and bring the knees down. Flatten out the feet and lift the chest up a little, stretching out your abdominal muscles right here. So we can add on, bringing the hands under the shoulders right here. High plank. Modified plank would be right here. If you want to make it a little more challenging, come to that high plank right here. I like to add on. I'm going to tap the right foot to the outside of the mat, center, left foot, center, alternating sides right here. Notice my hips stay parallel to the floor here. So I really have a lot of stability here. Neck stays in line with the spine. My belly button's pulled in and I'm breathing. One more on each side. Bring the knees down and push it back into child's pose. Let's do a lower back exercise right here. So we're going to go ahead and bring our arms straight overhead, my legs straight out. My thumbs are up. My chin's tucked in. I'm going to lift up the right arm and the left leg. So this works my lower back, switch. My glutes, hamstrings, my upper back, and the back of my shoulders. Switch, switch. Picking up the pace a little bit, alternating sides, reaching, looking down at the floor, strengthening that lower back, using the glutes, using the hamstrings. One more set. Good. From here, hands under the shoulders, push it back into child's pose. Every time we use the lower back, we want to make sure we stretch it out. So let's go ahead and bring the legs around. We're going to lay on our back. Our feet are shoulder width apart. Chin's tucked in. Hands are on the floor. I'm going to bring my hips up into a shoulder bridge. So I want to make sure I'm looking at the top of my thighs or my belly button right here. Hands are on the floor right here. Slowly pressing the spine down into the floor. I'm going to lift this arm up just so you can see what my spine is doing. So lift the hips up. I'm using my glutes and hamstrings here, and then I'm rounding my spine, one vertebra at a time, pressing the spine into the floor to make an imprint of my spine into the mat. Let's do that again. Lift the hips up, feel the glutes and hamstrings right here. Slowly press it down, pulling that belly button in. Using those abdominal muscles to press that spine down. Good. And lift it back up. And slowly press it back down. Another one of those great exercises to do in the morning just to warm up your spine. Lift. And back down. Let's, on the last one, add a little bit of an upper body stretch right here. So lift it up right here. Clasp the hands together. Reach the knuckles towards the heels right here. And stretch out the shoulders and the chest muscles right here. You're also going to feel it really nicely in the glutes and hamstrings. Good. Feeling those stretches, bring the hands down. Slowly press it back down. Excellent. Hug the knees into the chest. Let's rock it a little bit from side to side. Just to release that lower back. Bring your feet shoulder width apart, hands behind the head. Lift the head and shoulders up. You're going to exhale and inhale back down. I'm looking at the top of my thighs here. That helps me keep my chin tucked in. My elbows are open. I'm just resting my hands in, my head in my hands right here. Blowing the air out on the way up. Now if I want to make this a little more challenging, I'm going to bring my legs in the tabletop, knees directly over the hips right here. Exhale up, inhale down. Now if you want to add on a little bit more, I'm going to extend my legs up, pressing the heels together, toes apart, activating those inner thigh muscles right here. Last one. Hug the knees and relax the head right here. Good. I'm going to bring the right leg out and the left leg in, and I'm alternating, pulling that leg towards my chest. I can stay right here, even bringing the legs up towards the ceiling if I need to. Or I can add on, lifting the head and shoulders off, looking at the top of my thigh. But if that's too much on your back, on your neck, then just put your hip back down. Right here, pulling it in. If I want to add on, I'm going to bring my hands behind my head right here. Again, the hands are wide and open right here. I'm just resting the head in the hands. My elbows are open. Let's do one more on each side. Good. Hug the knees, release the lower back, rock it back and forth. Let's add on to that about an upper body rotation. So hands behind the head and shoulders lift, right leg out, right shoulder, left knee. Good. Switch. Give me that upper body rotation so we can use those obliques right here on the side. Let's do one more on each side right here. And hug the knees and bring it down. Very nice. Good, let's go ahead and try it, extending the legs all the way up. Holding on behind the left leg, the right leg comes down. Switch. So here's a good modification. You can also bend the knees slightly. If you want to add on, bring that leg a little further down and lift the head and shoulders up, giving that leg a little bit of a tug right here. Now if I want to add on here, again, I'm putting my hands behind my head. I'm keeping the legs moving right here. I'm using my abdominal muscles right here to stabilize. One more on each side. Good. Hug the knees and relax it down. Rock it from side to side. Very nice. Good. Bring your feet back down on the floor. Let's do another bridge right here. So feet shoulder width apart. Chin's tucked in. Lift the hips up right here. We're going to extend that right leg, keeping the knees on the same level right here. And from here, we're going to bring the leg up towards the ceiling and back to the knees. So my left glute and hamstrings are doing a lot of work here. Lift, back to the knee. Keep those hips lifted, feeling the glutes and hamstrings on the left leg. You're working the quads on the right leg right here. Good, bend that leg. Switch side, left leg extend, lift, come back down. Let's do one more. Good, bend that knee, and then slowly press the spine down into the floor. Hug the knees into the chest. Let's bring the legs in a tabletop, hands behind the head. Head and shoulders lift, my elbows are open. Exhale up, inhale down. I'm using my abdominal muscles to lift that upper body up. I'm not pulling on the neck like this. I'm lifting, using those right muscles right here. Hold it up in that position. You're going to tap the right foot down, up, left foot down, up, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. Try not to arch the spine right here, but really pulling the belly button in. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Let's do one more on each side. Good, and hug the knees. And bring it down. Let's go ahead and roll on over outside. Let's do some side planks. So my elbow is right under my shoulder here. I want to build a nice little straight line all the way from to my ear right here to my hip, all the way down to my heel. So if you can see, my bottom leg is bent with the knee. The knees are stacked, the hips are stacked, and I'm looking down just to make sure again that that elbow is right under the shoulder right here. Good. Lifting the hips, I'm using my oblique muscles right here and my outer thigh muscles right here. Now I can add onto this and extend that bottom leg out. I can even tuck the toes under right here, or tuck the feet under right here and make it a full plank. I can add on, putting that arm up. If I need to, I can use this hand as a kickstand. Lots of options here. Hold it, breathe. See that straight line right here all the way through. Good, bring the hip down. Let's switch sides, come to the other side. Give the shoulder a little bit of a break. So elbow under the shoulder. Let's start with the bottom leg bend. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked. Elbow under the shoulder, arm comes up right here. Good. If you want to, add on extending that bottom leg, or stack the feet right on top of each other. Make sure you're breathing. See this nice triangle right here. When we keep this triangle going, that's what helps us work those obliques. Good, bring the hips down. Let's switch sides again. We're going to try to add on to that side plank. So elbows right under the shoulder. Bend that bottom leg to start with. So here's your modification. You're going to dip your hip down and lift it back up. Tap down and lift. Tap and lift. And if you put your hands right here, you can actually feel those muscles working. You can bring the arm up here just to make it a little more challenging, and you can extend the bottom leg. Dip down, lift. Dip down, lift. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch sides.
I like to switch sides just to give the shoulders a little bit of a break, because sometimes it's a little bit harder on the shoulder. Here we go. Arm up, dip down, and lift. Or extend that bottom leg, the same thing. Notice when that bottom leg extended, you're gonna have a lot more stress on the shoulder right here. You're strengthening the shoulder area. But if it's too much, just bend that bottom leg. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's come to the other side again. We're going to do some side leg extension. So elbow under the shoulder. My feet are going to come slightly forward, so my toes are actually off the mat here. I want to make sure my hips are stacked, so I'm going to show you what I see in class a lot of this. All right, doesn't even look very good, right? I want to be nice and tall. See that triangle right here that I created? My hips are stacked. I'm nice and tall. I can use this hand as a kickstand. I'm going to keep that top foot parallel to the floor and lift it up right here. Lift. Lift. Good. That's it. Good. You're going to start working those muscles, outer thighs and glutes right here. But that's not the only thing that's working. My obliques are working. The whole shoulder area is working right here. Now, if you're one of those people that has a little bit of problems with your shoulders, just come down right here. You can do this as a modification. Good. The leg starts getting a little heavy after a while. Hold it up right here. You're going to point, bring your foot forward. Flex, bring it back. I'm going to try not to move my upper body, so point and flex. If my body's moving, just make the movement from the leg a little bit smaller. Good. Point and flex. My belly button's pulled in. Point and flex. Point and flex. Now flex the foot forward. We're using different muscles in the legs, and point it back. Flex and point. Good. Flex and point. Flex and point. One more. Flex and point. Bring this leg front here and hug that knee. I like to give myself a little whack right here because that releases that muscle back there that was just working. Let's do the other side. So elbow under the shoulders, feet are slightly forward. My feet are tucked slightly off the mat here. Hips are stacked. Upper body nice and tall. I created this triangle. My top foot is parallel to the floor and I'm lifting that leg up right here. Good. Good, very nice. Feel the muscle working in this area right here, glutes and outer thigh, obliques, shoulders, everything is working. Good. Pull the belly button in. Hold it up here. You're going to point from your foot flat back. Flex, bring it back. Point forward, flex back. Good. Very little rocking going on in both of the hips, preferably not. So if the hips are moving back and forth, leave the leg movement a little smaller. Flex forward, point back, flex and point, flex and point. Let's do one more. Good, and bring that leg forward right here. Hug that leg, give it a little whack. Nice job. All right, let's come back on all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. I'm going to go ahead and extend that right leg back, lift the leg up, bend the knee and flex the foot. I'm going to push the heel up towards the ceiling. So my belly button's pulled in, I'm nice and tall right here in the shoulder. I'm working that glute and hamstring on that right leg right here, but I'm also working the quad of the left leg. Press, press. Neck in line with my spine, I'm looking down at the floor, and I'm breathing. Good, hold the leg up, you're going to extend the leg and bend. Extend and bend. It's a hamstring curl. Press back there and extend it out. Don't forget to keep that belly button pulled in. It's easy to let that go. I want you to keep that stabilization going. Those muscles working. Hold that leg out. Keep the foot flexed and give me little lifts right here, little lifts. You're going to feel it a little bit more in the glute here. How's that other leg going right now? Yes. You're like, wait a minute, I'm working the right leg, my left leg is hurting. That's perfectly normal. That glute and hand and quad have to work here. Bring that leg back down. push it back into child's pose, just a little bit of break. We're going to go to the other side. Now I'm just going to turn around this way so you can see what my leg is doing. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, right here. Good. Good form. Right leg, left leg comes back, flex that foot, and push the heel up towards the ceiling. Press. Belly button's pulled in, be nice and tall. Press. Good. So I see this a lot right here, or this. Keeping that neck in line with the spine just helps you cover or relax the muscles in the back of the neck right here. Hold it up right here, extend and bend. Flexing that foot, keeping the core muscles engaged. Hamstring curl right here. Now keep that leg extended on that last one right here and give me a little lift. So you can feel it a little deeper in the glute. You also feel a little bit of the lower back right here. Good, bring that leg down and push it back into child's pose. Walk those fingertips forward, press the palms down, relax the forehead. Take a nice deep breath and exhale it all the way out. Now bring the hips forward, drop the hips down, look up. We did that during our warm-up. Tuck the toes under and go into a down dog. Notice you can come a little bit further into that down dog now. Your muscles are warmed up. Chest towards the thighs, relax the neck. Heels are pressing towards the floor. Bring the knees down. Push it back into child's pose again. Good. Come on up and bring the legs around. I'm going to put those feet together right here. Grab those toes. They might get a little cold. And then scoot yourself forward a little bit. From here, I'm going to have to just push those knees towards the floor. Chest is tall. Lean forward. I can use my elbows to kind of push those legs down a little further. Good. Giving myself a nice stretch in my inner thighs here. Now go ahead and cross the legs right here. Take that right hand and put it on your left knee. Left arm comes behind you. Look over that back shoulder. You're going to grow nice and tall as you look over that back shoulder. It's a nice spine twist. Good. Come back to the center of the other side. Bring that arm behind you. Look up nice and tall. Look over that back shoulder. Good, come back to the center. Let's go ahead and take the hands, clasp the hands together, open up that chest right here by pressing those knuckles down towards the floor, reaching through the crown of your head right here. Feels good. We're stretching the chest and the shoulders. Bring your arm forward right there. You're going to round your spine right here, chin to your chest, and then inhale all the way out. Nice and tall. Then run on over and reach over. Feels good on those obliques. You can reach the arm down. Switch sides. And back to the center. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down and then roll the shoulders back right here. Good. Well, I hope you feel like you got a good workout this morning. You did a great job. And stay tuned for our next video.